In this video, I am going to show you how to adjust the flying marking effect. So, let's start by drawing a regular text. I would recommend choosing a single line font here. Confirm. Next, go to the settings. Enter the laser parameters here. Choose the appropriate laser type based on the actual laser device. We are using a fiber optic laser here, so we select fiber optic and address the light leakage issue. After that, let's do a test. See if we need to check the light leakage treatment option. Then move on to the pin parameters. For the other delays, we'll set them all to 0 for now. As for the speed, enter the maximum vibration speed. Our current maximum speed is 8,000. And for the jump speed, it should generally be equal to or greater than the galvanometer speed. The rest should be set to automatic. We've adjusted the settings for the effect. Therefore, select Software Internal Trigger in the Speed port. Choose Static Engraving. Once all of this is set, click OK. Next, go to the marking menu. Check the option for Continuous Processing. Select Start Engraving. Engrave a few characters and stop. Now, let's take a look at the actual sample. As you can see, the first and second letters are connected by an extra line. This indicates that there is light leakage. So, we need to check the light leakage treatment option in order to eliminate it. Go to the parameter interface. Select the laser parameter menu. Check the light leakage treatment option. Go back and observe the marking effect. Start engraving. OK, stop. Now, let's check the effect. Between the letters T and E, there is no longer that extra connecting line. However, we are not done yet. The default setting for the light leakage treatment time is quite long, which greatly increases the processing time per piece. So, we need to optimize the light leakage treatment time. Optimize these two values. One is the mole opening time, and the other is the mole closing time. These values vary depending on the laser quality. They are certainly different for each case. We suggest using a trial and error approach to find the optimal values. In other words, reduce each value by half each time. For instance, for our laser, the approximate values are 600 for the mole opening time and 300 for the mole closing time. Confirm. Engrave again and check the effect. As you can see, the processing time has significantly reduced. Now, let's examine the actual marking effect. The connecting line between the first and second characters is now completely gone. We need to enter the content we want to engrave and adjust the effect. I'll use 37 as an example. Start the engraving process to see how the effect looks. Preview. and proceed with the engraving. Now, stop. This is the effect. We need to adjust the corner delay time. If we turn it off, generally, we start by setting it to 100. Let's try 100 and see the effect. Confirm. Start engraving again. And take a look at the effect. Now the effect is much better than before, so we can reduce the corner delay and see if we can make it a bit smaller and even find the smallest delay. We aim to minimize this delay, as it significantly affects the processing time. Optimize this value as much as possible. Now, let's engrave again and check the effect. Compare the effect of 50 and 100. The number 2, as well as the 4 below, both show deformations. This indicates that 50 is too small. Let's increase it a bit more. Try 80. Engrave again. And check the effect. The effect of 80 is similar to the 100s. As a result, we can finalize the corner delay to 80. Adjust the more opening time and more closing time. For the more opening time, let's try 50 and see the effect. Let's engrave now. To see the effect of 50 for more closing time, you can see that the opening has closed up a bit. We don't adjust the more closing time for now. Instead, we adjust the more opening time. It seems that the opening is too large on the left side, so we should try to open it a bit earlier. Setting it to open earlier. Currently, it seems that it's opening too late. Let's start by trying a value of -50. Engrave again and see the effect. The gap in the zero has become smaller. Now increase the more opening time a bit more. And you can see that the openings are now very small. So we can consider increasing the more closing time a bit more and see the effect. Double it. Setting it to 100 and see the effect. The 1 and 4 characters look more complete. However, there's still a slight gap. Let's increase the mo opening time a bit more. Now the 1 and 4 characters are complete. And the gap has also disappeared, since all the delays have been adjusted. Let's take a look at the automatically estimated speed limit. Alright, stop. It's approximately 129, according to what we said earlier. Considering a 10% to 20% margin of error, the speed limit should be around 80. So, first let's start with a conservative value of 80. Then, when we proceed with the assembly line engraving, we must make sure to select this option. This will allow the laser to start earlier. If it's engraving from right to left, we need to move the engraving's starting coordinates towards the positive direction. If the laser engraving is from left to right, the engraving starting coordinates need to be adjusted in the negative direction. Our workpiece has a width of 100 units. Both sides are plus or minus 50 units. Confirm. Turn on the flow line. Start engraving and see the effect. The flow line is activated. Select Start Engraving. This is the result. As you can see, there is basically no distortion. Therefore, the adjustments we made earlier were correct.